Yo, what is going on, Show Nation? It's Showtime. Welcome to your number one MLB The Show podcast, where we cover everything from Diamond Dynasty to franchise. As always, I am your gracious host, Cbrev. Today is episode 5. It is April 9th of 2019. And I had a suggestion from a subscriber to just kind of throw some game footage in the background of these YouTube videos. So I went ahead and just picked some random March-October clips. So hopefully that helps. I thought it was a good idea, so I'm going to try it out. So thanks for the comment. Today in the podcast, we're going to do some updates on what I'm doing in game pretty much. There's not a lot going on as far as news in the game, so I'm just going to be talking about myself a lot. What else is new? But first we're going to do an M2O update, then a ranked seasons update. Then I'm going to give you guys an update on how my XP is going and what rewards I've been choosing. And then we're going to talk about the next event and what I think it's going to entail. We know the name of it, but we don't know what exactly the stipulations are yet. So that's everything we're going to cover today. Getting right into number 1, the M2O update. So we finished our 5th March to October on Legend this week. That was with the Cubs. It was insanely easy compared to every other team that I've done so far, which is to be expected, I suppose. The Cubs lineup is absolutely crazy good. I think I had 7 people in the Cubs lineup that were better than the best hitter in my Giants lineup, so it made things pretty easy. Their bullpen is really stacked too. Just a good team on paper. I did it to get the Kyle Schwarber card, so now I have him playing catcher for me. How the season went, I tied the major league record for wins, so I went 116 and 46. In the DS, we played the Dodgers. In the CS, we played the Mets. No, in the DS, we played the Mets, and in the CS, we played the Dodgers. Sorry. The CS actually went to 6, but we pulled it out 4-2, and then we played the Yankees in the World Series and swept that. So not really any high-pressure situations the entire year, which is always nice because you have to win the World Series to get any rewards. So when it's low pressure the whole way, that's always fun. Complete flip-flop from the Giants season, so that was a relief because the Giants season was a heart attack like 10 times. Sweet. So yeah, the next March to October I'm working on right now is the Braves. I'm in desperate need of a first baseman, which I'll talk about in ranked seasons update. But yeah, that Fred McGriff card looks fine. I'm not blown away by him, but I just really need a first baseman. And he is an 89 overall right now. We're at a position where there's not a lot of high overalls aside from like expensive cards or obviously Frank Thomas. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm in the playoffs of that right now, so that should be done by the next podcast. So I'll give you guys an update on that one. As far as ranked seasons goes, we did finally start playing ranked seasons. I always dread the first month of the game being out with ranked seasons because starting at 0 rating is miserable for me. If you guys don't know me, I pretty much make World Series every season, and so after the first season, that means when the next season comes, I'm starting at 650 rating. And so the first season for me is always super brutal because I have to grind out that extra 650 points from 0 to 650, and I just don't enjoy it at all. I mean, spring training, all-star division, the PCIs are just huge. You're playing on like veteran, so it throws off my swing timing by the time I actually start playing games that are meaningful. So I just really don't enjoy it. So I'm just trying to knock out a little bit at a time, just here and there every other day or so, just to try to get myself up to a division where I can start to have fun, I guess. It sounds really conceited, but when I'm constantly playing games at 900 the rest of the year, playing games at 200 rating is just not fun. But we did play a few games yesterday. We got up to 399 rating, so we're a little over halfway to getting where we want to be for some normal games. Obviously haven't lost yet because I have all these diamonds from Team Affinity, and I was playing a lot of teams that were bronzes and silvers and golds, and I felt bad about it, which is another reason I hate starting at 0. But what can you do? So yeah, we're sitting at 399 right now. I have Max Muncy playing first base for me, which is a silver card. and he really hasn't been performing at all. So that's why I went ahead and decided to do the Braves Team Affinity next, just to slide Fred McGriff in there. Another card I've been disappointed with is Ricky Henderson. Even on these low difficulties, he cannot get on base for me. I don't know what it is, if I'm just swinging at the wrong pitches or I'm getting too anxious. I don't know, but I'm probably going to sell him, move Schwarber from catcher to left field, and then make a cap catcher just to have a more competitive team. That's the plan moving forward. And then obviously I still have Trey Turner playing second base, which is only temporary, until I get Joe Morgan at my level 100 reward. So that's how the team's looking right now. A card that I have been very pleasantly surprised by so far is the Team Affinity Josh Donaldson from the Oakland A's. He's pretty much exclusively faced righties, which is by far his worst side, and he's actually raking the ball for me. So we'll see if that continues on the higher difficulties when his PCI is really small, but so far so good with him. And then obviously my best player so far has been Jose Reyes at shortstop. The dude's hitting bombs for me, which is not even the reason he's on the team. He's on the team for speed. So the fact that he's going deep as much as he is really exciting. The card is just raking for me at the moment. Like I said, when we get to higher difficulties and lower PCIs, we'll see how that transitions over, but for now, very pleased with that Jose Reyes card. All right, thirdly, the XP reward path update. So I am currently sitting at level 91 bronze. So I am only 9 levels away from getting my beloved Joe Morgan and filling out my lineup to its entirety. So that's super exciting. Trey Turner's not horrible. I just feel like I have too many speed guys in my lineup, which ironically, I'm picking Joe Morgan first, but even though Joe Morgan has a lot of speed, he has a lot of power too, and he's a left-handed bat. So that fixes a lot of problems that my lineup is currently experiencing. I have too many right-handed bats and not enough pop, and too many speed guys, like I said. So I think throwing Joe Morgan in there, getting Fred McGriff in there, and then taking out Ricky Henderson, I think that'll solve most of the lineup problems that I've been having so far. At silver 20, when I get another low diamond, I'm going to take Roy Oswalt, and that will fill out the rest of my rotation, which I'm really excited about. Well, not the rest. Silver 40 will. And then silver 40, I'm going to take the 99 Nolan Ryan. I have considered taking 96 Trevor Hoffman, but the Nolan Ryan is just too good than just having a bullpen arm that you can only use if he's rested, pretty much. So that's the plan. Just super excited about being level 91 bronze already. Trying to get to silver so I can reap those sweet rewards. All right, and then finally we're going to talk about the next event, which SDS has announced the title of it as the Mexico Series event, but we don't know any stipulations about what the event's going to look like, so I'm going to speculate a bit here. For those of you who don't know, the MLB this year is doing a Mexico Series where they have some games played in Mexico with certain teams. There are going to be 6 teams that play in Mexico throughout the year. 2 of them have already played in spring training. That was the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. And so I think SDS is going to go with this one of 2 ways. I think they're going to make it so you can only use players from Latin America. That would be a good way to go with it. And then the other way I think they might go with it is that you can only use players from the teams that are featured in the Mexico Series event. So off the top of my head, that would be Rockies, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, Reds, and then there's 2 others later in the season that I can't think of at the moment. But those are the 2 routes that they might go with the event. I'm sure it'll be 3 innings again. No one really likes 6-inning events, and they're trying to keep player retention up as much as they can early on in the year. So I think it'll be another 3-inning event. I think it'll be another mediocre event reward, but I could be wrong. Once again, because they want people spending money on the live series collections to get Willie Mays. So the weaker rewards they give out early, technically the more money they're making because the live series cards are better, if that makes sense. So I personally think they'll go with Latin American players. That'll be fun, but we'll see what happens. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this week's podcast. If you enjoyed this, please stay tuned. We do this every Tuesday and Friday on the YouTube channel, which is CBrev MLB The Show. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.